The following segment is sponsored by Asset Protection Wealth Management. Well, if you are rolling over your 401k, the rules just got a little easier to navigate. Today, we're talking about new 401k rollover rules, what's changed, what it means for your money, and how to avoid costly mistakes. Gary Garrison with Asset Protection Wealth Management joins us for these tips. Gary, thank you so much for joining me. This first
You are welcome.
one,
It's great to be here again.
Always love having you. The first tip here is interesting. Faster transfers, but less red tape.
Yeah, doesn't that sound, I can't believe the IRS is actually doing this for us to help make it more streamlined. Now, in the past, it takes several weeks to get the paperwork done, to get the transfer sent to the custodian. There's always delays, or they'll need another form or something like that. It's been a little challenging. And now the IRS and the Department of Labor are making it much more efficient. And what that's going to mean is people get their money faster, whether they're rolling it over or going directly to the new custodian. It's going to speed up the process, and I'm just thrilled to death about this. We've been doing these for years, and there's always some delay or something that you have to keep following up on. So real excited about the streamlined process.
Second tip here, which is very intriguing to me, is new employer-to-employer rollover portability.
This is huge. As I said, we've been doing 401k rollovers for a long time, and people that tend to have smaller rollovers in their 401k, they typically forget that they had a 401k, or they'll remember it and they'll cash it out. So what the IRS has come up with is if you have less than $7,000 in your 401k, it's going to be automatically transferred to your new employer. Isn't that's pretty exciting?
Amazing.
And that will prevent people from forgetting they had a small 401k, and it'll also prevent people from cashing it out and going and spending it. So it'll help them better save for retirement, because a lot of people have multiple jobs through the years, and they have 401ks at different places. And so if it's really, really small, this is fantastic. It's going to be automatically transferred to the new custodian. They won't even have to do anything.
So there's not certain information that these employers need to know to transfer it?
Well, no, because it's going to be a new IRS rule that has to occur on balances under $7,000.
Gotcha.
So it'll just, we talk to people about consolidating their 401ks, and they'll bring in, their statements and so forth, and oh, I forgot about this one. It's only $5,000. Or I forgot about this one. And it's good to consolidate those when you can.
Yes.
This is going to help that process.
That's perfect. I know I brought this up before in the past at my first job, and I moved, to here.
Yep.
And I didn't know about rolling over my 401k till someone mentioned it to me. I'm like, oh my goodness,
People
thank
don't
you.
know what to do.
Yes.
They don't typically get help from their employer on that. And so they leave there, and they get excited about their new job, and they're focused on that, and they just forget about a smaller 401k. So this is going to help a lot of people that have multiple jobs.
Love that. Third rule of thumb here, IRS clarifies 60-day rule and missed deadline relief.
So this is another really, really big one. It's very exciting for somebody that's in this business. And that is, you can do a direct rollover, you can withdraw it, or you can do an indirect rollover. And what that means by definition is you take constructive receipt of the money. It doesn't go to your new employer. It doesn't go to you, to your bank or whatever. And so by doing that, you actually have the ability during that 60 days to do whatever you want with the money. You can use it, you can spend it, and whatever you want to do. But it's really, really important. If you don't pay that back within that 60 days, it all becomes taxable to you.
Oh.
So it's sort of a window for people that want to take the money for some short-term need. So it's really important to be aware of that. And so now, well, in the past, what they required is that, people would have to fill out paperwork for the IRS and, justify why they did that. Now it's super streamlined. All you have to do is get online and tell them the reason that you rolled the money over and didn't get it back in time in 60 days, and it's forgiven. No penalties,
Really?
No taxes, no anything.
Oh, that's
So
huge.
if it's a hardship or something that that makes sense,
right,
then they will forgive that. These things have never been available before, so I could not wait to get on here and tell everybody.
I'm like, this is a real
these new rules. HR departments can call us. I mean, this is really, really good stuff.
Yeah. So would people typically take that money and use it? It'd almost be like a loan if they then had to pay it back within 60 days?
Yes, they could set that up as a loan, as I've talked about on previous segments, and that's a really good way to do it. But if you keep the loan on there and you get ready to roll it over, that can create a big tax problem
Right.
for you, because then the loan becomes taxable.
Right.
So if you can pay the loan off before you roll it over, it'll avoid any taxation.
Okay.
So, if you can't do that, you can't do it, but your loan will be taxable. The positive end of that is that you're eliminating your 401k loan with only the tax on it, rather than having to pay the whole thing back.
That's so
So it
interesting.
helps to work with an advisor that understands all this and knows how it works, and we encourage people to give us a call.
Right. But now if you're being proactive and letting them know, they're not going to penalize you like they would in the
Yes,
past.
you just have to let them know online very quickly, and you just
Okay.
tell them the reason, and it's generally forgiven.
Wow. Good
a big one.
tips. Yeah. Okay. If somebody wants to reach out to you, Gary, how can they
They
do
can
that?
call us, hit the QR code on the screen. You can text our number as well, 501-225-9045. And we love to help people. So for the TV viewers, for your show, there's no fee for those that want to come in and see us. So there's no reason not to come in and get this complimentary information.
Yeah, give
We'd love to help.
Gary a call. Thank you so much
Thank you,
for your time.
Ansley.
Really appreciate it. All right, we'll have more Good Morning Arkansas after this.